Hello there here, and today we're going to play Sorekara, End of a Journey. This is a game developed by Kill Chips, who also developed Midnight of the Milky Way, a game that... Okay, listen, technically I never finished any Kill Chips game, so pardon. But yeah. I guess there is that one game I totally finished in this channel, and that is... I forgot the name. It was about a doll. You could check in the card above. But either way, yes, this is Sorekara, End of a Journey Part 1. This will be episodically updated. You could check later, but for now, we're going to go to Chapter 1. So yeah, interesting main menu. Let's start the game, shall we? Look at that. I love that. I love the transition like this. I think that's the first time I see a visual novel actually utilizing this kind of thing. Like, indie visual novel. It is said space is an impossibly cold, dark, and lifeless expanse. But people who say such things have never really seen it. They've never seen the phantasmal meadows or the light dance or the schools of comets that fly by so fast you would miss them if you blinked. Which is basically a lot of people, since I guess when you work like 5 to 9, you rarely like stay outside at night to see the stars. They've never heard the rumbling across the galactic rails or the babbling of freshly sowed souls coming into their own through fogs of memory. Such foolish people could never see it, because what is essential is invincible to the eyes. They never truly been there, and they most certainly have never heard a story like this. Ah, another game in a train. Interesting. Yeah, like Midnight on the Milky Way was also set on a train. On stars. Let's see, the design... interesting. The trolley was filled with loving, cooing excitement. The fascinated passengers pressed their whiskers to the window to catch sight of the comets outside. Tails swished back and forth, and a glint of silver ticket flashed between the crowds of bodies as a young girl with a basket wove between them. One for you, one for you, one for you too. Gifts were exchanged for polite thank yous as the passengers marveled at the fantastical expanse outside. Far in the distance, there was a crack as a purple shock of lightning flew from the dark and off a nearby comet. O's overtook the car. Ooh! There was warmth, there was light. But the only spark of life in the bustling trolley was the pitiful creature curled up in the farthest corner, gloved hands in an iron grip around his knees. Ooh, interesting. Ah, hello. He was still, except for the small tremors that came from the car natural rumbling along the tracks, or when another jovial passenger bumped into his side. His eyes were fixed to the floor, in the spots visible between people. Damn, me for real. The happy Dean grew as he shrunk further into himself. Go ahead, have one. A small hand reached out with a paper flower pinched between the fingers. Ah, hello. Look at this, look at... Love it. Oh, did you just blink? That's so cool. The flower was identical to many contained in the girl's wicker basket, but the craftsmanship was remarkable regardless. The bud of the flower was kissed a brilliant crimson. Looking out, other passengers had their own crimson buds. It was like a garden for the dead. Go on, take it. No need to be so shy. The creature, huddling into himself, watched without making any movement. The brilliant crimson flower was pushed forward ever so slightly. Where are you going? Are you going far away too? If you are, then these flowers are good. They won't die. I made them myself, see? I painted them so nicely. Don't have to be afraid, they're only paper. I just realized there's flower on the sides. The stranger looked up at the girl with a hard face. His mouth hung open slightly, but not a word escaped. Perhaps it had been so long the thing forgot how to speak. Are you going far away like me? The stranger. Not really. Oh, me and Mama and Papa and everyone, we've got a long way to go. We're all going to the Great Beyond. You have a ticket? Great Beyond? You have a ticket? You have to hold it tight, or you can get there. That's what I heard. You don't talk a lot, do you? Wow. Sorry. She was so bold, it was difficult for the strangers to reply. His voice came out crackled as if the words had been abandoned on the dusty shelf and he was just now pulling them down. Oh, what's wrong, little girl? You want a kibble? You want a snack? You want a pet food? Hmm? Psst, 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 psst. And then I immediately get fucking mauled like meow. She sighed in annoyance. She was so lively for somebody fresh off the mortal coil. Her form was confident and colorful. The girl knew herself completely. If you're going to be mosey about it, I'll just... No, wait, Tentatively he reached out. Oh. The girl's eyes widened as she saw that the skin between his glove and the coat was threaded through with black tendrils. Oh yeah, I can see that. Interesting. The marks made their way up his arm and disappeared beneath the cloth. Inky black tendrils, darker than the darkest nights. Sting of something sinister has embedded itself into his skin, and it was digging deeper than she could see. But still, his hand was outstretched. Hurry up, it's time to go. Hats? The trolley was slowed down to stop. The voice simmered down into anxious whisper, and the crowd timidly began to filter through the door into the great beyond. So this is a bunch of people who died, and I just get the question because your whole family died in one go. Condolences. Okay. The motorman, a level-headed beast, what? Nodded at each glittering ticket before permitting the passenger to leave. White cat after white cat quietly disappeared. Hurry now. The flower girl parents stood at the end of the trolley, beckoning her to come with them. It's time for me to go. Make sure you hold onto your ticket, alright? She quickly pressed the flower into his hand. Not just that, but she set her basket down in front of him before turning and rushing after the remnants of the crowd. The last of the souls filtered out of the trolley, the spattering of dropped flowers across the floor, the only evidence of their journey. The bright clamor that was bordering on deafening had now been sucked away. Just empty air and the lightest hum of the electric lights. Hello, GG? Wait, no, that's 99. Okay, I thought you were like a pro gamer or something. Motor Beast. Okay. Are you heading off, son? The motorman stopped patiently at the front. The last passenger shook his head. It wasn't his time. Ah, still a ways to go then. Better get comfortable. The motorman resumed his previous position at the wheel. The passenger turned to the window where the last of the white cats could be seen, flickering in and out, surrounded by halos of light, advanced forth in prayer. They formed a line into the cosmos, waltzing off the tracks into the unknown with steady steps that betrayed no fear. The colors of their dress began to fade, and the lines of their face melted away. The farther the souls walked, the more they looked like little white candles until flames so tiny in the distance became pinpricks, and then nothing. Okay, I think they will just blew up on like from far away, like a Big Bang. Nothing upon oceans and seas of nothing. The stranger brought the flower up to his nose. He heard that flower smelled nice. Mm, yeah, I have like some immediate thoughts after a few minutes of playing the game. First of all, I feel like the background that's keep moving is kind of excessive and consumes quite some resources. But that's probably because I don't know. It's just a little bit of tiny thing to talk about. And second thing is that I feel like the title screen music is too loud, but I in default. But yeah, you can adjust it. Okay, let's continue. The stranger brought a flower up his nose. He heard that flower smelled nice, but there was nothing. He could only feel the stagnant air with the electric hum tumbling through it. One day, I'll be a candle too. I'll burn bright and disappear like that. It was a wonderful thought to go with the halo just the same. But looking at his wrist, the one bleeding with an inky black darkness that could not be scrubbed away, he knew that was a ridiculous wish. He took at his sleeve and leaned back, out of heaven and into his own personal hell. If you were to look up into the sky that night, you might have been able to catch it. A small streak of light and the softest whisper of wheels turning, weaving itself between clusters of stars. On and on it went, the car that delivered souls to the great beyond, never slowing down or missing a stop. The dependable, the inevitable, the mostly unseen, with its last living passenger in his basket of flower that would never die. Chapter 1. Ooh, smoke. Sunrise Angel. Interesting. Oh, oh, wait. Saint Cajetan's Crossing, what is. Hello there. A plate of partings and prayers. It appears it was once a place of worship, but the hands of space and time eroded its border until it became nothing but a pile of rubble. The place was repurposed by the Bureau as a stop for various vehicles along the galactic railways. It is a quiet, somber place, but it's rumored that visiting it will bring good fortune. What is that? Is that the continue button? That's nice. Oh, oh, oh! Look at this. Hmm, they're nice. 99. What? I love this. Wow, damn. Stepping off the trolley and into the path, the traveler was greeted with a decaying ruin bathed in sunless light. The motorman who had left him asleep in his seat could be seen squatting near the edge of the rubble with another uniformed worker. A chill ran through him. It's too cold. Yeah. I tried to stay up, but the ride was too long. It is cold now. I shouldn't have fallen asleep. He clenched one shaking hand across his chest and the other. Nothing could be done about the other. He had brought a basket of flowers with him. What's wrong with your hand? And something in him refused to let it go. That's nice. That's what called a gift, right? I can just leave it behind. If I do, it'll be like they were never there at all. The chill reached her face. It was perhaps better to walk her home than return to the ghostly memories of the night before. Oh. Oh? Oh? Okay, this is different from Cal Chip Scheme, so this is an interaction points. The line between the dark and the rubble was dotted with clear handmade fishing poles. Okay, so yeah, usually Cal Chip Schemes are very there's no point and click in Cal Chip's game most of the time, but this is new. The lines between the dark and the rubble was dotted with peculiar handmade fishing poles. Oh, yeah, I see them. The poles were held up by humble piles of stone. String was knotted to the ends, the line cast far off into the ocean of space with no movement besides that of the solar wind. I saw something like this on a mission once. They were for catching trout, but I thought you could only catch those in water. I haven't seen any trout out here. Is there something else? The traveler knelt to look over the edge, but alas, no trout. Just darkness with a few specks of light. Is there something else that I can interact with? Oh yeah, totally. On that mission, the man said that trout was a delicacy. I wasn't supposed to, but I tried it. I couldn't stop throwing up at night. That's how it is. I don't know if I could take any more delicacies. Oh. Okay, same thing. In contrast to the ruins behind them, the sign looked comparatively new. The lettering was scratched and the paint was chipping around the top, but they still bore the borough insignia with mildly worn pride. They read, Ganymede, 500 nouns. Jiminy Strait, 1,200 nouns. Please have your ticket ready for departure. May fate lead you to the light, and may the light have mercy on you. Oof. I have always wondered what that meant. I'd rather have mercy while I'm alive. Yeah. Jiminy Strait, huh? That's far away, I think. What am I saying? It doesn't matter where I go or when. I won't be meeting that so-called light, so there's no point in thinking about it. Anything new? Okay, so only 2 dialogues. Nothing else, huh? Maybe long ago it was a magnificent place. Maybe there were sermons, maybe there was singing, the walls were painted in gorgeous murals of saintly beings and the windows certainly caught light with wondrous color. But it was clear that everything described was wiped away by some lost incident, as tragic as war or mundane as the passage of time. One could only stand and wait for answers that nobody remembered. Both the glory and the downfall had been wiped from memory. Places like this aren't recorded very well. At most, the bureau writes down a few lines, but I can picture it just from that. How do you know about the bureau? People, places, me, it all ends up as a few lines. How long have you been here? Hello. Sitting at the edge of the galactic shore, the mother beast from the last trolley and a man made of soot were chatting happily to each other. It seems to be a ritual of theirs established after many years on the rails. Oh. Oh, look at them. Is it coal? Okay. Shrimps, coal. Yummy. Oh man, I know. I want some seafood now. And some warm drink. With their lunch tin situated between them, the 2 men sat comfortably watching the stars. Strangely, they ignored the benches in favor of squatting. Finally woke up, did ya? Sounds like those sweet dreams toss you like a high-kid sack. Hehehe. Tragedy. So's the comet's bidding. Interesting. Okay, BRB, I need to take a drink. Okay, I'm back, so yeah. Hehe. Tragedy. So's the comet's bidding. How are you now, pup? Bootstraps been pulled, eh? Oh, I don't have any bootstraps. And the comet did fly overhead, missing its sanctuary yonder. Damn. Oh, as pulled as they can be, I say. Yeah, it flew as brightly as any comet could, for sparking away as every comet should. Ignore him, pup. It's a little pain in me arse is. Damn. Oh, okay, can we steal the sushi? That would be amazing. Long nights are poison, pup. So we bask in our remedies that poison us further. Hehehe. The walrus took a swig from one of the bottles and a cloud of steam escaped his whisker. Instantly his face became serene. Candiate, brandiate, speak and spandiate. Sooty, you didn't make a legal sense. Here, take a swig and come to your sense. Ho ho ho. Are those beer? Take a sip, won't you? It'll calm your nerves. It looks warm, but I'll just get sick again. I want to get warm too. Oh. I can see it's in your face, pup. No worries. Is it 2 dialect limit? Yeah, 2 dialect limit, I assume. So I will then be jumped by sudden death. Are you stepping on the cup? Okay. Seafoods? Yes. The juxtaposed tin box were flowing with strange little morsels. On the left, there was a bundle of emptied shells and squirt fleshy blobs. On the right, coal? Hey, pup, want a bite? I'm not hungry. Suit yourself. As the warriors barked, the city creature joyfully popped a lump of coal into his mouth. There was a flash of light from his seams and a small puff of satisfaction. Okay. The journey's long, so you better plumb up while you still can. Plumber and plumper. The galaxy is harsh, Mr. Spuff. Tragedy must plumb. How about you? The walrus's dark, twinkling eyes scanned the stranger up and down. His gaze rested on the basket of flowers and he chuckled softly. Aye, paper flowers. I made them as a kid. My mom was too sick for work and so we'd sit making paper flowers day in, day out. Me flippers, I tell ya, blistered in blue. But I can hate 'em. No, I can hate 'em a bit. His face remained peaceful even with such a painful memory. Oh. I got older and the flowers stay young. One day I'll be wilted and those flowers of yours will new as the day they were bloomed. What do you think about that, pup? I don't think anything about it. Strange one you are, pup, but a little more time on trails and you'll see the ways of wilting and blooming. Another commentary I have to say is that, okay, like, a good commentary, obviously there's a lot. I love, like, the artistic aspect of it, like the drawing of the background and the characters. It's all amazing. But this star thingy it's too, what do you call it? It's sometimes just too weird. Like it feels out of spot, and also what do you call it? Very not very visible sometimes, like not very integrated to the game. What is this? Even with talking wars in his audience, the city figure was far stranger. He was dressed. Oh, you're a walrus. He was dressed in a well-ironed, if not not well-worn railway uniform. His scarf tucked into his crisp collar with care. Notably, the mouth of his sleeve was as sooty as the ground below him. Flickers of light could be seen flashing where his mouth should be. He brought chunks of coal from his lunchbag up to his face, and chomp! They disappeared with a spark. Oh, we can check there, huh? He's covered in darkness too. Maybe that's what will happen to me. But he doesn't seem sick at all. In the reflection, the life vector was greeted with a sorted spectre. Creatures copied, visions carried, but only one visage was buried. No, that's definitely a sickness. He's seriously. Damn. How about you? Huh. I suppose this is something new. Nope, nothing new. So that's the only thing. Like I think there was a new Dalek somewhere there. And finally, there was the glittering sky. There were countless railways streaking across it with more souls flying along that one could imagine. Railways? Where? Is she still out there? No, I watch her disappear. Disappear? Here. I'm just noting where disappear so I could disappear. So I could like report to the developer of the game, obviously. No matter how hard he looked, the flower girl would never reappear. There was something farther beyond the stars, something nobody could see, but even so, the stranger tilted his head upward. Skies like this were all the same, there was simply no end in sight. Oh. Sorekara, end of a journey. No sleeping here. The exhaustion was becoming unbearable. The motormen were tending to their trolleys and there was no sign they'd be leaving anytime soon, so the stranger had resorted to wandering in circles on the shore. The sky had remained the same, twinkling dark the entire time. Here it was easy to believe that sunrise would never come and that the trolleys would never depart. But there was one foreign element, the scent of something burning. Oh? What is that? A thin strand of smoke was twisting through the air. Twisting, turning, tumbling from the end of a cigarette in the mouth of a man watching the false horizon, hands deep in his pocket and body completely still. His weight rested on the remains of the building behind him. The image was so tranquil that the wanderer felt he shouldn't even be there. His presence was like smudging your thumb across a fine oil painting. Time came to a halt. Every brushstroke was perfectly in place. Then, hello. The smoking man's eyes flicked to the side, and the worried stranger became a part of the painting as well. Damn. The man's hand went not to the box in his breast pocket, but to the inside of his coat, where he produced a little metal box of cigarettes. Nice. He cracked it open and held it out. A peace offering, a welcoming gift. It was a familiar gesture the stranger still felt to fully comprehend. But the image of the girl on the trolley surfaced and his hand went to the basket at his side. He stretched out his arm just the same. A bud of paper pinched between fingers, the petal painted red and bright. Oh. The soul? For me? For you? The man, like diacetyl smile, broke into a stifled laugh. He gritted his teeth down harder around his cigarette so it wouldn't go flying off in the middle of his feet. Do you think fortune will come my way now of all times? That's real sweet. Thank you kindly. Oh. He plucked the flower from the stranger's hand and after a moment of thought tucked it behind his ear. The stranger watched nervously, taking his cigarette after a beat. Underneath was a slip of silver, the same as the one he'd seen on the previous ride. So, he's going far away too. How do I look? He's still talking to me. Everyone's talking so much in this entire trip. What does he want? Am I supposed to answer every time? I don't have anything to say. This is hard. Way too hard. Oh. You look red. Well, thanks, I think. Here, let me give you a light. Hello. Oh, that's nice. Following the lead of the other man, the stranger leans against the crumbling wall and takes a good deep inhale. The basket of flour was at his side. Nice. What is it supposed to be? It tastes dirty. Oh, it burns a little. Died. The end. You doing alright there, bud? Tastes like a fireplace. Well, exhaling normally helps. Why don't you give it a go? Wait. It tastes the same. It's in my nose. What kind of place you have to come from to not know about cigarettes? I figured with your looks you'd be faint for 'em. Where did you come from? That was a difficult question. How could he answer in a way that made sense? Even the memory of the place was enough to freeze him over. I'm not from anywhere. Uh-huh. But instead of pressing further, the man simply let a moment pass and blew out a sleepy puff of smoke. His eyes ghosted to the horizon. It was a look the stranger had seen many times on wayward passengers. One that was not quite sad, not quite happy, just a little far away. Ah. Same here. Really lucky that we should meet, huh? I've met a few people out here that are plenty nice, but they have all got places to be. He cut himself off with another deep drag. Well, Mr. Nowhere, you'll let me call you something, won't you? I don't have anything to say. I can't use that name anymore. But he doesn't seem to mind whatever I say, and I won't see him after this, so it doesn't really matter. You can call me Vash. Vash? Pleasure to meet you, Vash. People call me Rose. Name goes on a little longer, but it's better cut short, don't you agree? It's fine. So harsh. Ouch. It wasn't so bad watching the sky with somebody you never met. It was just then, in that pocket of time before sunrise that might ever come, that he felt he would like to be that way forever. Sitting, smoking, talking around things carelessly. Even if the taste was little like licking a fireplace. But in the space between sea of stars and deep blue, there was a crack where Vash could see time ticking away. The silver in the cigarette case, it was like all the others before. So you're going far away. That I am. Don't really know what that means though. It's not like they give you a pamphlet. You? I can't yet. Well, that's good. Although you ought to spend your time elsewhere. Guys like me are the good. No, you're good. Oh, me? You're a good person. I'm a good person. Maybe I could even be the best person. Probably not. Whatever you say. Rasta society cigarette and bent down to sit side by side with Vash. He tapped his temple and with a knowing grin tilted his head to the shore. Ah. The head itself was inexplicable. The sound of waves was coming from a place with no water, and dipping your hands in would result in nothing more than cold air. But there was a face obscured by the reflected stars. There was a nose and eyes and mouth, but they were out of place due to the shifting air. It all swirled together to create an unrecognizable impressionist. And maybe, oh, interesting. I've been wondering about this the whole time. A person? Nope, better. An angel, see? He gestured to the mist. Around the mess of feature was a faint white, and above the head was what might have been a halo. Vash furrowed his brow. I don't understand. Am I supposed to be looking at something specific? Angel? Where? So I was thinking, it's probably reflected from up there. Ah. He pointed to the wall behind them, smiling more than ever. Hidden away all secrets like, ain't that something? Just a little mystery for the two of us. You can look at it fine here. But it's all mysterious. Doesn't it make you curious? Not really. Oh, listen up, tough guy. Say it make you curious, go on. So curious. That was way too easy. I just did what he said. I don't see the problem here. His face is too much. Will you do me a favor and spin around 3 times? Hop on one leg. Why? Give a little song and dance while you're at it. Are you having fun? Just trying to see how gullible you are. Goddamn. Gullible, you know, how well you can bark. Why did you make this person do this? Oh dear. You better watch yourself on those rails, friend. You could fall in with some very dangerous crowds. Anyhow, upsy daisy. Suddenly the man bent his knees and held out his cupped hand with an expectant look. In response, Vashan went to the basket another time. What? No, you're going up. Come on. Be there and take a look for me, won't you? You could look for yourself. I couldn't unless you think you could lift me up a good 6 feet. And I'm sorry to break to you, Tiger, but you look like you're struggling to lift that basket of yours. Now quit being orny and hop on. As if anticipating a burn, he suddenly stepped into the other man's hand. Hey, you know you're light as a bird, right? Do you eat at all? I try not to. What? And that's not good. It's one thing if you don't get money, but it's another if you do it in purpose. Push me up more, I can see it yet. I was telling you something important. Ah, it is what I think it is. A face peeked out to meet Vashon's. I was like, thinking if it's 2 people, it is 2 people. Actually, there were 2 faces. Tucked away behind the stone was a person bent over in prayer, and above them was another was extending their arms with their lips nearly pressed to the forehead. This is cool. It was completely untarnished. The rest of the building was in shambles, but this spot alone was safe. The color as bright as the day it was painted. Are those real wings? The image felt like something he shouldn't see. The hands around the face made his chest hurt, and the distance between the two was eliminated with a kiss. But still, somebody had painted it, and they had placed it where two could see the sunrise. Where the two could see the sunrise. Do you find anything up there? It's here. It was just on the inside. On the inside? All secret like. No way, it's a secret dirty picture, ain't it? No, it's clean up here. I don't see any scratches or dirt. Yeah, well, tell me about the angel. It's the one with wings, right? Who decided that? And that thing on its head makes no sense. It looks like a giant tortilla. If they knew what angels were like, they wouldn't be so impressed. They have feathers like a bird, and this golden thing on their head. The halo. The halo, and there's a normal person too. It seems to be very close. So it is a dirty picture, hehehe. Rose, what's so good about angels? You really have to ask. Actually, I hadn't thought that far, but if you meet one, you'll be blessed and have a lot of good luck. Unless it's an angel of death, of course, which you both have already met, of course. If you meet one of those, you... Well, that's what they say, it doesn't matter at this point. Even if it's an angel of death, I don't think I would mind. People spend their whole lives looking for miracles, it will only make sense to come across something like that eventually. I don't have any place to complain, what's one more tragedy? Just being able to say I made one will be enough for me. You're easy to please. It's cause I am such a good guy. Oh, what was that? Yeah? From the wall came a sharp scratching sound and several coos. Birds, yeah, wings. There was the distinctive ruffling of feathers, and Vash fell back in surprise. Oh. Two white birds burst forth from the wall and flew over Vash's shoulder. As I passed, he could feel their feathers brush the sides of his face. He saw white and then glittering sky, and then he knew his body was crushing down. Vash! Oh! Splash. There was this unmistakable sound of water despite nothing but cool air meeting his skin. Underneath was the depth of space, but somehow he didn't fall through. Vash sat on the edge of the universe, the red pepper flower knocked over by the commotion sinking in the sun of the shore. Hey, are you alright? I was worried you'd go spinning off to space. The flowers, there. The flower the girl had so lovingly crafted were being carried away. Some were even sinking beneath the illusionary waves, drifting off into the dark until they disappeared from sight. That's another one. Interesting. Another typo. The flower, the cats, everyone and everything, they floated in the dark, leaving Vash behind. He turned over to catch the falling buds, but Rose's footsteps made him stop. Just leave him be. Don't want you falling in too. They were a gift. Look up a second, why don't you? Vash lifted his head and he saw. Whoa, that's bright, but that's cool. A brilliant, impossible sunrise. Out in that abandoned little slump between nowhere and nothing, the sun rose over the glittering ocean of stars. It didn't make sense for it to happen, perhaps it was a mirage. Time here was a mere suggestion. But no matter how impossible, the sun still rose, and True Traveler watched as the light blanketed everything in a beautiful fresh glow. Every corner was illuminated, every scar was uncloaked. The air around Vash shimmered as if it was water catching stars. For the first time, Vash was bathed in light. First time? Damn, beautiful. I haven't seen this happen before. I mean, I didn't think it would happen. Where are you looking this whole time? I was thinking it would be a nice place for sunrise, but if I had to say, it was probably an angel's doing. False oceans, false angels, false sunrise, and a man who will believe it all. The whimsical talk was difficult to stomach. But somehow, maybe it was an angel after all. Shit, skip something. That's the spirit. Rose pulled the flower from behind his ear and held it out. The last of her gift, the rest had floated away. You can keep it. You sure it seems important to you? It was a gift, it's supposed to be given away, I think. So you can have it. It's like Christmas Day for me. Hehe. Christmas. You really did come from nowhere. Come on, let's get you out of there. With one hand, he stuck the floor into his bucket. With the other, he offered assistance. Out of the ocean, back into land. The face of the angel sparkled more than ever in the glow of the impossible sunrise. Ah, Sorekara, end of a journey. Lines eroding. Lines eroding. The body was eroding. Without a body candidate, uh, XXXX was pouring out. Rivers and lakes and oceans of XXXX poured out of the body into the air. No, there wasn't even air, just nothing. So much nothing that sound could not travel through it, that XXXX was crushed into a fine powder as soon as it bled out. Crushed, absorbed, withering away. Blown apart by airless wind. A whistle of pain squeezed out of the XXX and died before it was even born. There was a ferocious chill that tore away the dust of the remains, but he could not feel it. No, just nothing forever. Just a sensation on the body that wasn't there anymore. He was bodiless and voiceless, but he could feel his teeth and tongue and the XXX that poured between them. What happened to a voice that has nowhere to go? Because of this place he knew. It makes circles in the sky forever and ever. Circle of sadness that nobody sees. Help me. Oh. One terrible cry followed another. Bush threw himself up from his seat and fell back down immediately as his leg gave way. The sound of the floorboards, the creak of the wheels, the grind of metal against metal clashed horribly with harsh crack booming right out of the window. Everything was up in an electric purple light before sinking to darkness again and again. He woken up to a terrible thrashing. The panicked traveler struggled to stay in his seat as the car thundered and screamed. A rain of snapping came against the window behind him, and he saw blistering hot bullets of shattered meteor pelting the glass before burning away. Burning brighter, and then darkness, over and over. It's cold. In the ribbons of light he saw his glove, it pulled itself nearly off his fingers. Black rivers in his skin. Black like the dream he kept seeing, like the thing buried at the center of his chest. What? And from the rivers, stuff poured out. Help me. Help me, help me, somebody please. Another ball of lightning hit the rails, and in that brief flash, Vash saw a hand reaching out. Who's... We talk at the last stop. God, you're shaking yourself to pieces. Just sit tight, okay? Through the rapture's din came careful steps. 1, 2, 3, careful, careful through the storm. The sound disappeared when the car shook and returned when it was safe to move. Vash sat fearfully, trying to judge the distance, but the chill took him again, and when he saw the fingertip reach the square of light from the window, he found himself scrambling forward to catch them. Wait a minute, I'll come to you. Sit right there or you'll hurt yourself. But the starved and freezing traveler still threw his hand forward and made contact. His glove had fallen away someplace during the turbulence so that there was nothing that came between them. Vash took of the inky black rivers that wound up his wrist and into the palm of his hands. He thought how he should find his glove and cover them up. He pictured that sickness somehow crawling from him to this kind person who grabbed his wrist and sat down beside him as the meteor pelted the ceiling. He thought of it, but he couldn't move the way he wanted to. Shaking and confused, he searched the other man's hand with fingers until in his desperation he brought the hand up to his face and stayed there quietly as the storm continued on. The chill began to melt. The movement all around him calm, and miraculously the thundering of the rail fades away as he followed the sound of life in the hand. His thumb moved to the wrist and he was met with a slow, steady beating. There, it's just a storm. A fierce one for sure, but the driver says they aren't dangerous. A light show at most, it's nothing to worry about. Look there. Rose made a sound and Vash glanced across the car to see one of the windows had been cracked open slightly. A few meteor pellets fell through the crack and fizzled brightly on the ground below. See? No worse than the bee sting, it's all bark. How do you explain the windows breaking? It's pouring out. Just a little, it's not so bad. It's pouring out and I can make it stop. I get cold all the time. I'm tired, but I can hear it. There's a sound in there. You mean my heartbeat? The pelting of the meters and the heartbeat both came together in a steady rhythm. The wide expanse of dark that was once pouring out felt a little more contained, unless in the hand of this stranger. Rose, you know the angel we saw. What about it? Is that really the way we look to you? We? Do people really think angels have wings and halo? That we fly around and give blessings? I don't understand at all. Who decided that? Who told that lie? It's not like that. The place you call heaven is colder than you can imagine. You've all been lied to. What? The angels you believe in never existed. Ha 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 ha. Vash, what are you? I got thrown away, Ross. When an angel doesn't do things right, they get thrown away. Are you being delusional right now? There aren't any wings or halos or blessing or heartbeats. It's just cold all the time. The words came tumbling out. The angel hadn't spoken so much in his entire life, and now his voice wouldn't stop. Angel? So much was pent up from the years in captivity. He was overtaken by bitter memories. The steely comments and faraway looks and overwhelming sense of loneliness became angry tears in somebody's hand. The strongest sensation of all was the moment he was tossed away. It was as if a knife had cut something out of him, and the wound was pouring out ever since. I wish I'd died back there, instead of this. Hey, listen. There it was, the same steady beating. Even with the car being tossed about, it stayed the same. The angel waited, badum, badum, badum. What do you think about that, huh? Sounds pretty real, but that's a lie too. Because somewhere my real body is 6 feet under. There wasn't a drop of bitterness in his voice. It was as if his mind was made up long, long ago, or as if he was talking about someone else entirely. With the way his mouth twitched, he looked like he could even laugh. I always heard stories about what happened when we die, but I never thought it'd be like this. It's not that bad. Even if the trip is long, even if angels don't have wings, it's not that bad at all. I don't gotta live anymore, and I gotta keep my heartbeat too. And if that helps someone, then I've done at least one good thing. Vash's eyes turned up, and he saw the man was looking back at him, half his face illuminated by the dissipating storm. Look at that nice flower. It looks like hand for it. The car was now a soft purple as the lightning strikes continued to hit, albeit gentler with the ear-splitting cracks reduced to whisper. His expression was the same as when they first met, calm and without judgment. But Vash spoke of the rubble of the previous stop and how the sunrise had washed over it. How it was beautiful and how much it looked like a graveyard. Don't say things like that. You can't just laugh, not after all that. I can, 'cause I gotta meet an angel after all. I told you it's like Christmas Day. It doesn't matter to you what kind of angel I am. Nope. You really are a good person. If you say it, I'll believe it. The man reached his arm around the angel and then he was all around him. Oh, I suddenly became aware of how cold he was with that warmth. How much he shook in the stillness, how empty he was with the echo reverberating through him. He knew he was empty, but a lack of distance made it difficult to tell what belonged to who. Pouring in, pouring out. Lines eroded but held in place. Somewhere from the pocket, perhaps a gentle melody played. After a storm, the weary traveler let his health fall forward and took solace in the borrowed heartbeat. Chapter 2. Phantom at noon? Interesting. But... Huh? Huh? I think this... Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there's... I think it was only chapter 1, but probably maybe there's another chapter. But anyways, yes. I think I will end the video right here for now, because it's been quite a while. So I guess that's all for Sorekara for now. I hope you enjoy it. See you later then in my next video. Bye bye. No, well, Oh, I'm kidding. Okay, I must give a little bit of commentary first. I'm not used to do this, so yeah, I'm trying to improve myself as well. Let's see. Like I said, I feel like the animation was too unnecessary, too much animation in this part only, and then it's great, but it consumes a lot of resources sometimes. And then the interaction buttons, the thing was kind of not very visible, and the title screen menu is not seems kind of loud, but otherwise by default. But otherwise everything is great. Like the visuals, the it's not cinematography. Like how do you is it cinematography? Like all the design probably all the design is just cool. The design, the art, everything is nice for me. But yeah, I guess that's all for Sorekara for now. Chapter 1. I hope you enjoy it. See you later then in the next chapter. Bye bye.